We are live. Hey, Thena girl.
Hello, hello,
I
hello.
am so excited about this episode. I hope the people are excited. I'm gonna go into my Facebook real quick and share this live.
I think I'm going to do that too, Kim.
So let me go see. Share now. Yes. Sharing. Sharing done. And let me jump on over to the grams. Post live. Is anybody on? Anybody on yet? Okay. I'll get this set up real quick. And I think we are good to go. Is that good? Okay, yeah, that's good enough on the live. Hey y'all on the IGs live. Okay, so the subject tonight is fashion for all. We're gonna talk about the current trends today. We're gonna talk about men and women. I want to get some ideas. I want you to tell me where you shop, how you shop. I want you to tell me. Let's see what else we're gonna talk about. We're gonna talk about body types for fashion. Also going to talk about what fashion is to you, what it means to you, and then some other stuff. So we
All
just
right.
get through it. So tell us your name and tell us what you do, who you are.
Well, I am Thena Shelby. And actually, fashion is just something that I love. My career base is all healthcare. So I've been in the healthcare industry for 30 years.
Oh wow.
And so fashion is kind of a sidekick, a side gig for me, just because I just think that everyone is entitled to look their best.
I totally agree.
Absolutely.
I totally agree. Yeah, I'm not in a line of fashion as my business. Oh, I wouldn't even lie. I'm not in the line of fashion on I've actually been on my job for 15 years. I work
Hmm.
econ production at the Army Air Force AFIS. So that's what I do full time. But fashion is just my love, right?
Right.
It's
Right.
just innate. I got it from probably from the womb.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
So
Absolutely.
you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
It's not something that I learned, and I did go to school for fashion. I thought I was going to do fashion design, but I ended up doing the business side of it, which was fashion
Hmm.
marketing.
Hmm.
So I just love it. I can't I really can't think of anything better to do
Then
with my time than pick out clothes. Like it's just a thing. It's just
it is.
the whole thing. So tell me, how would you describe your style? Let's start there.
I think that I'm classic. You know, growing up, I was always in the midst of older women,
Uh
and they were always well put together.
huh.
Um, they always, just had this real simple, elegant, classy look. I
Hmm.
took that look and carried it throughout the course of me, just kind of growing and evolving as myself.
Hmm.
And just made sure that my look was simple, it was clean, it was classy. But
Hmm.
then you add a pop of color, you add an accessory, you add and I make my look my look. So, but still simplified but classy.
Right.
That's kind of where all that just kind of ties into who I am. I think that, when you walk in a room, you make a statement. I grew up with that, oh, you need to be seen, not heard. And
Mhm.
so for me, what better way? You
Right.
know, yeah.
Yeah, it's a statement thing for me too. I don't. I tried to come up with a really catchy name for my style, but I really couldn't because I kind of want to say color conservative because I'm very conservative. Like a blazer, like that's my jam.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
love a blazer and a t-shirt, and my two Wonder Twins staples bracelets. Like that is my jam, right?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I'm not huge. I'm not huge on makeup. I just started wearing lashes probably 15 minutes ago. So, so I'm just real natural, but I love color and I love structured garments, right?
Absolutely.
You will hardly
Absolutely.
ever see me if I wear ruffles. Is they're gonna be pretty tailored? You know what I mean? I've
Mm-hmm,
never
mm-hmm,
been
mm-hmm,
real super girly girly. I've kind of
mm-hmm,
always been kind of like in between a tomboy and then real classic, as you say,
mm-hmm,
right? So I
mm-hmm.
never stray too far outside of that, right? So
Okay, okay, okay.
blazers and brims are my jam. I meant to bring a brim out here because I have a funny story, right? So when the brims came out, like the brim you have on, gotta
Uh-huh.
tell us about that brim and who made it for you.
So this particular brim is basically a Heather Marie fashion. So shout out to Heather Marie,
Mhm.
who is actually in the DFW. Heather did some custom pieces for me. I am a member of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated, as you can see.
Uh-huh.
And we had Boule. So Heather, I wanted a different look because Boule was in Florida. So I'm a Texas girl.
Mhm.
And brims have been a part of my life for a long time. And my love for brims kind of came with an uncle that I had. I
Okay.
was always in his hats growing up. And so, you know, it's just kind of been a staple piece for me. And I just love them because you can do so much with them as a woman and make them so fly.
Do you hear me? Do you hear
So,
me?
yeah, yes.
It
So,
literally became an addiction. Yeah, go ahead.
absolutely. So Heather did a couple pieces for me for Boule, and so with me bringing Texas to Florida, you know how we, you know, Florida, a whole different territory, and I'm a cowgirl, so I did a formal attire with cowboy boots and an actual brim for a gala that we were at for our closing gala. So
Oh
I
wow.
think that it went off with a hit. So many compliments around it, but you know, hey, it's all about the brim for me. So yeah, absolutely.
Oh wow. Yeah, it's an addiction. Hey Meepy, can you hear us? If you can hear us, please post a comment so we know because I want to make sure that we are clear and the visuals are
Let
good.
us know if you can hear.
That's my cousin. So cousin, let me know. Type in the comments if you can hear us right, if you can hear us good. Yeah, brims became a super addiction for me. I don't even know how many I have right now. So much so that I thought I was going to start selling them. And, right, because that's what everybody started to know me for. You know,
Mm-hmm.
was my brims. And
Mm-hmm.
so I was like, well, maybe I should sell them. And I gave it a try. Oh, hey, Stephanie Boo. Hey, Boo. Okay, she said she can hear. And so I gave it a try. I did try to get a vendor. Of course, people here locally were super, super expensive. I was like, just the shipping alone, I was like, no. And
Yeah.
so I tried to find a vendor overseas. Okay, me. And I tried to find a vendor overseas, and I found a vendor who was, you know, pretty reasonable and you
Mm-hmm.
know, good reviews, right? The thing was, with the stuff was coming from overseas, but y'all packaged it like with no protection, you know.
See,
So they came out bent up, and I was like, I
you
can't
had a
see.
wish brim. Well,
Yeah,
wish, yeah.
I'm like, they didn't put no bubble wrap or nothing. They just put them in a bag and shipped them across the world.
Yeah.
Think they
Yeah.
gonna be okay. So yeah, nah, I had to, yeah,
You
nah,
let that go.
like
You
you know,
leave it to everybody else. I'll
I
just wear them.
yeah,
I'll just wear them.
I salvaged the ones that I could, you know, and saved those because some of them were, you know, did arrive okay, but the rest of them, I was like, this is trash. I can't sell this. So, needless to say, not doing that. I said I'm just gonna rock them,
Yeah.
and if
Yeah.
somebody asks me where I got it, I just tell them where I got it.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
so tell me this. I know I didn't shoot this question to you early, but I wanted to ask you because I thought about it later. Are there any celebrities in particular whose style that you particularly love?
Um, you
It
know
can
what?
be
I'm
male
always
or
looking. So let me say, I'm always looking to see how I can incorporate someone else's style,
female.
you
Okay.
know, and make
Yeah.
it mine.
Yeah.
Um, I don't think that I have like a true celebrity because known fact about me, she doesn't watch TV. So when you start talking about celebrity and
You
who's the
just
latest and
you
you
just lost it, dog. You just
you
lost it.
miss me. You miss me there. You miss me. It's like, I mean, come on, I work in healthcare, so my days were like, every now and then I may kind of flip through Instagram or Pinterest or whatever, especially when I'm looking for particular looks,
Mm-hmm.
But just to say I follow someone for their fashion, it's like, no, I can't attest to it. So,
Okay. So,
um,
well, go ahead.
but I can say, so like here's like one of my true staples, the old Kerry Washington looks that she had when she was, what's the show she did?
Scandal.
Who?
Scandal.
Yes.
Yeah.
So she was on it. It's
Oh,
like, yeah, come
Parker
on.
was a
I
beast.
mean, crazy.
Those
I like
coats.
a lot of true classic looks. Like there is a movie that I remember watching, and it was oh man, see, this is how TV worthy I am. It's like I know the show, but it kind of, I love a vintage look. And so this one particular show that I watched, the girl's whole entire wardrobe was set like from the 20s and 30s, and she just rocked it. So I'm like, okay, that era, that true, because I believe that was the actual staple and the trendsetter of women's fashion from the 20s and the 30s. That old Jackie O era and things like that is like,
Yeah.
okay, that's how and that style is what I grew up around. So,
Okay.
back in the day, when women really wore a true girdle, I was like 11, 12 years old. My mom was like, "You're not jiggling it. We're gonna put this on." And I was like,
Right.
"We gotta do this every time we walk out." She's
Yeah.
like true, like you had serious, like true support pantyhose to hold you in, to sit you up, and it was like, okay, I remember, she would test us. You need to sit at the edge of your seat. If your back is slumping over, then you don't have good posture. So you started looking at those forms of foundation, and
Right.
it's like, oh yeah, I need that. Yeah. And kind of being a plus size girl now, it's like, oh, you're not gonna, I don't, muffin tops not cute. They're not,
Oh,
you know.
wait. We're gonna get into that. We're gonna get into that. Hold on. Yeah, I have to say, so I had an aunt when I was younger coming up who was she was a stickler on posture. And I wish I had listened to her, but because I didn't, I have a little slump, hunch now because she would always say, sit up straight, stand up straight, like that. And
Bring your shoulders back.
I wouldn't listen to that woman. Like, this lady don't know
Yep.
what she's talking about. She knew what she was talking about.
She knew what she was talking about.
Yeah, so I want to say for as TV shows now for me, and I just want to shout out Maxine from Living Single because
Okay.
that was one of my favorite shows. Now that girl could dress. Now they had Regine as the fashion one on the show, but for me it was Max. Max was
Yeah.
always such. She always had on a suit, some bad heels,
Yeah. Yeah.
the locks and everything. So it was her and Kyle for me. Now, but as far as my celebrities, Janet is number one. I have
Hmm.
always loved her style. And she can do no wrong in my book, like period. There was no one above her. After Janet, it's gonna be Mary J. J Lo is real fly. I love Tony Braxton style, even the cutout and the sexy dresses. If I had the body like that, you wouldn't be able to tell me nothing. I would be rocking whatever the same thing that Tony is rocking. And also Ellen, even though
Okay.
she's more on the masculine
But I
side,
love it though.
Ellen can dress.
I
When
love
she
it.
first came out, I mean, Ellen was like killing the game. Like for me, as far as like somebody who was just really conservative and not, not real prissy, on the
Yeah.
other side.
Yeah.
So, but and in recent years, she's gone a little bit more, hard and kind of more
Right.
dry.
Right.
So I don't
Right.
enjoy her fashion as much right now because she's toned it way down and really kind of streamlined it. So I don't care for it
Right.
much. But she's still an amazing dresser. Who got on here? We got my cousin on here. Steph is on here. If you guys want to go ahead and hit that share button, please. We are here to inspire, encourage, and empower you to live life better. I want you guys to please share this podcast if you don't mind. See what else we're gonna get into. So speaking of, since you already hit on it, how do you feel about? Well, no, let me ask you this question. You consider yourself a plus size?
Oh, girl, yeah.
Okay, so what is, because I'm skinny mini. I'm in the itty
Yeah,
bitty
I
titty mini. I
understand.
don't have, I'm a midget basically. So, but I love to see, a nicer sized woman, who can dress, because it's like she exudes confidence, and that's what my fashion is about. My fashion is about confidence, but sometimes I have a habit of calling, bigger girls thick. And to me, it's a compliment, but sometimes I've gotten a little kick pushback on using the word thick. So, like, what is the term? How can I compliment somebody, without offending them?
I mean, I really truly honestly, so that's a personal hiccup that, people have. For me, I consider myself actually full figured. I stand with no heels on 5'11".
Oh,
So, and then turn around and put on 4 to 5 of the inch heel.
right.
So, and for me, I love when you gotta, look up,
Look up, right,
yeah,
right, right.
look up. And
I
I
like to
love
look
when
up
I gotta look
everybody.
down at somebody. So it's funny because I used to have a manager that was, oh, don't stand so close to me. And every time that she would say it, it's like, don't stand so close to me because you're so tall. So I knew when I had this particular manager that I had to go in certain board meetings with her, I would purposely, oh yeah, we finna rock all 6 inches of these heels today. You're gonna look up today. So,
See,
but
but I
the
love that. I
terms,
love that. I love that.
yeah, the terms plus size, the terms full figured, I think that anytime that you are, because hey, I wear a size 18.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, the same clothing that will be decent in a size 2, 12, 18, 16, the first thing to fashion for me is confidence.
Right,
So if it comes in a size 2 or a size 22, the way that you are going to wear it, the way that you're going to own it, the way that you possess what it is,
right,
then that's your size. There
right.
are so many items that I have in my wardrobe that literally, and I tear tags out of clothes
Mm-hmm.
because that number doesn't mean anything to me,
Right,
you know?
right.
So, and I go all across the board, in something. I know what my structured clothing size should be, but I
Uh-huh.
can rock an outfit, a blazer where it's like, oh, those leggings are cute. But you know what? This blazer needs to be oversized for me to wear the look that I want with it.
Right,
So I'm going up 2 sizes, in order for the particular look that I'm looking for to all piece and put itself together. So I
right.
can't tell you. I know that I wear a women's size 18, but I
Mhm.
can't tell you that everything in my closet is listed as a 16, 18 or whatever, because you may find a 12 in it. I may want that top to be a little bit more cropped and where I can, so, oh, well, let me size down because this particular top, that's going to be my bra, instead of, so, you know, there's an array of sizes into my wardrobe depending on the look that I'm trying to create.
Right. I totally agree. And that's the thing about people who just know it automatically, right? It's not taught. It's like it's just in you. And it reminds me of sometimes if I wear something and somebody would say, "Oh man, I could never rock that. I could never wear that." And my first thought is, "Well, no, you couldn't, because it starts with your attitude. If you don't have the confidence to wear it, you can't pull it off."
Exactly.
And that's why I always say everything is not for everybody. Now I don't care. Sometimes it may come in your size, but that don't mean it's for you to rock,
Exactly.
right? Because I see a whole lot of people in stuff that they don't have no business in, and I'm like, baby, just because it came in your size don't mean you were supposed
But
to rock.
for that person, if they're wearing it and they have the level of confidence, now I'm old school conservative church girl too.
Right,
So there are some things that I just know that I'm not doing because I know the brand that I come from. And
right,
first of all, I know whose I am.
right,
So you're not gonna find me out there sketchy, and you're not gonna find me in a lot of, I love J Lo, but it's like that's a little too low for me. For me,
right,
so I know me. But if you carry that with the confidence that you have, Lizzo is very confident. Now, do I like her style personally? No, but what I love is the energy that she possesses with her confidence. Now, some of that stuff that I see for Lizzo is like,
I would
okay,
never. I would never.
that's but for her to own, despite what her body size is, it's like now that energy that she brings for herself, and that level of confidence that she has, and I consider myself pretty confident, but some of that stuff I'm like, ooh, I ain't that confident, girl. So okay,
I'm glad you brought her up because she's one of the ones like I love her confidence. I love her music. But sometimes I'm like those choice of clothes. I'm like,
yeah,
baby girl, I
yeah.
just
Because you draw attention, and some people their confidence comes from negative attention. I can guarantee you that somewhere, in her mental psyche, there is a block that is stopping her from, and she feels like, oh, okay, this is the attention that she has to get in order to be noticed. So, yeah,
yeah. And
but,
okay, so from that let's just slide right into undergarments.
girl, those are my friends.
So
Yeah.
for me, and you mentioned a few minutes ago. Now, my mom was that one that said was like, "Well, where's your girdle?" And I'm like, "Mama, I ain't big as what do I need a girdle for?" But when I was younger, my butt was a little bigger than it is now, and so she would always like, "You don't need to be walking out the house all loose," and I'd be like, what? "I'm not loose." I'm like, "Have you seen the 50 million 11 other people outside that's 10 times my size?" I'm like, "They loose." But her point was, that's not how I raised you. You know what I mean? I raised you as a, Christian, we cover ourselves. And so I had to learn how to be sexy without being revealing.
Mm-hmm.
And so that has carried over to where I am now. You would never hardly ever see me in anything too much revealing because that's just how I grew up. So it has become a staple and it has just become my thing. You would never, if you see me in a crop top, I'll probably had a few cocktails.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
if
Yeah.
you see me showing anything, it's just because I'm really feeling good and knowing I'm feeling myself. But that's not the norm, for me. I'm just having a good time. But
So
yes,
you mentioned undergarments, and I think that what we need to go back to is what was the purpose of them?
okay.
Because
Because
when I just kind of remember growing up, because believe it or not, in my younger days, and I used to have the coin nickname Skinny Minnie. We never thought that I was going to have thrive because I was always tall, It was always you get to the back row, And even when I had my children, I mean, I have a son that stands 6'6.5". So, it's like, okay, so height runs in my family. But the purpose of undergarments, and we have to realize, you may be rocking that nice outfit, but you clumpy, you whatever. So you need to smooth that out, smooth out your and accentuate, that because back in the day they looked for that hourglass figure,
right,
So
right.
that was, and as a person who was raised to always wear a girdle, my body type has taken on that, to be someone that's tall and a size 18. I'm not clumpy in that area because I think that my muscles are trained, to that particular take on. So it's like, oh, I may have a love handle over here, but here it's like, oh, that's kind of like the smallest area of my body. So those undergarments served a purpose, and I think that they were to like smooth you out. Sometimes I look at, I'm rocking a nice pair of leggings or whatever, and it's like, oh, I could have put those little capri Spanx on to just smooth out the process. So,
Right.
I and this day and age, I just really, there's always probably some form of foundation, whether it's, and they're so crafty now, whether it's, oh, I want light coverage or I need a heavy coverage or whatever. So pretty much daily, I have on something that is giving me some type of structure and smoothing out my outfit. Yeah.
Right. And so for me, because sometimes if I have on a fitted dress, sometimes I'll want to put on some Spanx or something like that. But because I'm so small, it flattens me all the way out. And I was like, no, we just gonna have to jiggle today because I'm not finna walk in here with no booty at all. I'm just not gonna do that to myself.
Oh God, yeah. See, I ain't never had the problem of not having. So some people have problems, but not having has not been one of mine. So.
That's why I wanted you on the show, because I wanted somebody who is complete opposite, and I want you to speak to that side, because I don't know what it's like to have too much. I ain't never had that problem.
Now and there are areas, because growing up, and I'm still not there yet, I may have hips, but girl, a part of the itty bitty titty committee. Bottom line. So where people are, I once considered, oh, well, you know what? Maybe I should get some implants, or maybe I should do this, or maybe I should do that. But then as I've gotten older, I'm like, it's not that serious.
Right.
I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm good.
I'm gonna do what I do. I'm gonna go to the gym and work on, what I need to work on. I want to say, Alicia Shelton said, but that hat though.
Thank you, Alicia.
Said, super conservative for me. My mom taught me to dress for the type of attention that I want. Exactly. You have to know your brand. I dress according to my brand, who I am, and who I want the world to see me as. Yeah. So I don't want y'all to think of me as a thought. So
absolutely,
I'm not going to dress like that.
But you mentioned like the classic staple. I mean, a blazer can take you dressed up or dressed down.
Because right now, baby, I got on some denim shorts and a t-shirt, and I can throw on that blazer and some sneakers.
There you go.
And a brim if I feel like it.
Absolutely. And take it to a whole nother level.
You know what I'm saying?
So
So how do you feel about the culture of trends today, as far as like what the men are wearing? Because what I don't like today is that there are no rules. And we talked about Lizzo, right? It seems to be no rules for men or women. And men are wearing their clothes as tight as we wear our clothes. Now, I'm not against fitted. I'm really not. I love to see a man in a nice tailored fitted suit if he got the confidence to rock that. But at the same time, it's like you can't really, and I hate to go here, but sometimes you can't tell a gay man from a straight man because we all wear the same stuff.
Yeah. So I agree with you, but I also know that people will play a devil's advocate as well. I'm sorry, I don't agree with the men wearing skirts. I've seen that. Mm-hmm. I don't agree with the guys with the white beaters tied into a knot and all that good kind of stuff. It's like, okay. But I also know that, you're going to probably get someone that says, well, a brim is quote unquote a part of a male's attire. Women wear double-breasted jackets. That's male attire, So, but again, I believe that you also have to kind of remember who you are and whose you are.
Right.
So when it comes to fashion, I want to always be known that regardless to if you see me in a outfit that is meant for the job, or if I'm out at an event or wherever, or in the comforts of my own house, you don't see Thena and what she has on. You're looking at, oh, that's Thena. So, clothing is just an asset.
That's it. That's all it is.
That's all it is. One that we must have in order to walk out in public.
Right.
But style and clothing is just something that accentuates, who you are. So, you take all that. I've seen, just like I've worked with individuals, and some, being that I've done some plus size modeling and everything else, that you beat, I mean, they beat down, they but attitude is like that cute, beautiful dress that you have on does nothing for you. Right. So it's like, okay. But yeah, I'm a little bit taken back when I see a man with, lipstick and macked out and all that, and they got on capri pants and knickerbockers and they're tight, and or they're wearing onesies and things like that. It's like,
okay. It's weird.
Yeah.
It's so, and that's why I say fashion today is just really weird. Everybody is wearing everything. And I get it that people, people want to be fluid. They want to express themselves and do it, but it's just weird. It's weird to see, and it's weird to. And and as far as like the LGBTQ plus whatever community, I know they want to be themselves and rock whatever they want to do, but it's just weird for me to see a man with eyelashes and a beard and fingernails. And I'm just like, that's just weird to me. Like, I really do what you want to do, be who you want to be, but it's just weird. But I really want to focus more so on how because like I said, I love a man in a nice fitted suit. Like that's my jam. I love it. But he has to have the confidence, to rock that. I have some friends, like I have a brother, and I would love to put him in some nice, trendy things, that guys are wearing today. But he wouldn't be able to pull it off because he don't have the confidence for it, right? He wouldn't be able to rock it. It would look absolutely crazy on him, even though he has the body and the build for it. He wouldn't be able to pull it off because in his mind, his fashion is old school.
Okay.
So he wouldn't be able to rock, a fitted suit, or some loafers without socks or a brim. He just wouldn't be able to do it.
Okay, but can he rock his old school though?
I've advised him not to.
But what? Because old school, I mean, you can tailor that and make it your own thing though. So we're looking at more than just a fashion statement then.
It goes back to how you think about fashion, right? If in your mind you want to rock old school, like old school 1990s, not the new 1990s that they doing today, but if you want to rock the old 17 button vest, jacket coming down to your knees with the cuffs.
Okay, the old Steve Harvey.
Exactly. That's a mindset.
Yeah.
Fashion is a state of mind. Yeah. Somebody who's stuck in that mindset cannot conform to what's going on today. And I dare not push you because you're not ready.
Yeah, but the best thing Steve could do was come up out that big old long coat.
You know what I'm saying? But I did have somebody approach me here because I am a stylist, and I did have somebody approach me here lately who was stuck in that era, and he came to me and said, "Hey, I think I need to change. I need to update my look." Girl, when I tell you my spirit, my heart was so happy. I was like, "Thank you, Jesus." Because he's a nice looking man, he's married, he's got a family, he's very intelligent, he's very well spoken, he just all these accolades, but he dressed like he's 75. So I was glad that he finally, let me, get a hold of him. So we're gonna see what happens, here in a few weeks. He let me so I'm excited.
Well, you said something that was very, very, very something to really hone in on. So the thing is that he came to you saying, "I need to," or "I want to get out of that." So, to be able to recognize, that's the first thing. It's the first step. It's just like going to AA. So maybe we should have a FA. So let's create Fashion Anonymous.
Right.
It's like,
I'm down. I'm down.
yeah, because that's the first thing. Some people don't realize that I need help. There's a 12-step method here. So let's go ahead and get you through this process. So
Yeah, let's do it. Somebody said, look pretty in pink, sis. Oh, we got an AKA song.
Ski week for everybody. Yes, yes, yes.
Hey, Margot. Hey, Dion. Dion, I think Dion, she said, now I'm different in town and out of town because they don't know me. She talking about wearing stuff. Dion be fast when she out of town. And Stephanie said, Alicia said, we must stop the heavy starch in the gym. Ma'am,
well,
the heavy starch,
right.
that crease.
Alicia, yes, ma'am. Yes, yes.
Baby, that's
they stand up on their own. So
they stand up on their own. Our friend, I can't even say her name. I was gonna say her name, but she a dressing little something. But she posted a picture of her husband's pants one time. I about died. They were standing up on their own in the corner.
Somehow, hey.
Woo, baby, they could walk by themselves. Do you hear me?
Yeah.
And I want to tell a funny story about this brim. So when I started wearing the brims, like I said, it became an addiction. So like I said, everybody can't wear everything, right? So I saw this comment on Amazon because people were buying all these brims. So everybody was thinking, well, let me try and rock a brim, right? So I saw a comment on Amazon where somebody said, I bought this brim. And she was like, I don't know what all the hype is because I put this thing on and I look like a pilgrim. Baby, when I tell you that comment took me out, and she posted a picture and she looked like a pilgrim from the 19 whatever era that was. I died. She's like, I look like a pilgrim. I don't know what everybody else is doing. I look like a pilgrim.
Not a pilgrim.
Woo, that took me out. That took me out here.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that was hilarious. Okay, I think we have. Are we almost done? We can't be almost done. Okay, tell me what you think is for you. I said what I think is sexy for me. So, what do you think is what's sexy for you as far as a man, like a dress attire or a style dress?
So look, I've got this vision of.
Are you married?
No, I'm not married.
Okay.
No, not yet. The Lord is tailor making.
Okay. Special orders take longer.
Yes.
It's taking a long time. I got a special order. It's taking a long time.
Yes. But you know what? Hey, I like a brother that is suited and booted. Okay. I mean, seriously, I love for you to have, I love a tailored suit. I love a tie. Again, I grew up church girl too. So, clean. Again, I love that A-line fashion. Hey, I love a brother that can turn around and bring back a vest. I mean, I really want, if we're going to go out and you got on a vest with your suit and you can rock that, then you setting the stage for a whole different. Listen,
I got a question. What type of vest are we talking about? Is we talking about?
They have double-breasted vests. Okay. They also have drop crossover, that are cuffed over and laid back. So, I mean, you got to be able to put that suit together. So, I just want you clean. I'm
suited and booted. I can see that, but I don't want to see that with. I can't say I don't want to. I can see it if his shirt is not buttoned all the way, and he doesn't know if he doesn't have on a tie and he's got like one button open and his collar's just sitting straight up, popping out of there.
I've seen them with collarless and vested.
Oh yeah, I can do that too.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. So yeah.
I like.
So I want you crisp and clean. That casket. This is your viewing. This is your last viewing. So
casket shop.
Yes.
Okay, so let's talk then. Let's talk labels. Now, are you a label girl?
Certain things.
Okay.
Because I can go to Walmart, all the way to Target, all the way to Neiman's, all the way to, certain things. But most time, you'd be surprised that I'm a thrifter too. I'm like, my kids got me onto thrifting, and we came back, and I'm like, you're not gonna believe this. I paid what? So I love thrifting. I mean, I got truly a full mink coat, probably from some old white woman that probably she's gone now, but the kids decided that, they were going. And hey, once I took that bad boy and got it cleaned up and everything, and it's amazing that, that good old saying, one person's trash is another treasure.
Treasure,
So,
hear me? Alicia said me too. I know that's right.
yeah.
Alicia, you wouldn't be going to dealers just based off that you talking about they had a sale. My friend Alicia posted a picture talking about dealers having a sale. I was out there the next day.
Well, yeah, Nordstrom's has their half yearly sale, and again, it just depends on the look. I mean, I do have a couple of concierges at a couple of the higher end department stores that will call me with, hey, I got something in that I think you'll like, so it just all
Wait, you
depends.
on the call list? You on the customer call list? They call
Yeah,
you?
yeah, Liz, shout out to Miguel Nordstrom's. Shout out to Miguel at Nordstrom's. That is my boo. So he keeps me okay. So yeah.
Right. What he said is all about the look and not about the label. I totally agree
Yeah,
because
absolutely.
let me tell you something. I'm not on the level that you on. I don't have a store calling me yet, but I don't own a Gucci, Louis. I don't own a single of those name brands, and because I'm not in that tax bracket yet, I prefer to go to. I can make Walmart look like $1,000,000. That's just how good I am.
But did you hear me though?
Yeah, I heard you.
You heard me when I said I'm a thrifter. So let me tell you something. I can Louis, Gucci, and all that, and I guarantee you, when I tell you what I paid for it, you'll be like, show me a receipt. Because I'm not going to give nobody 2,000. That's a trip. I love to travel.
You hear me?
I'm not giving you $2,000 for a purse.
You hear me?
That now I have a couple of them, but I did not pay probably over $130 for them.
Oh, see, now that's one type of shopping right there. I need to talk to you after this.
Yeah, it's like, okay, I'm not, because I guarantee you, I can make somebody's garage sale look good.
Right.
You know.
You hear me? That's definitely too. I love thrifting too, because here's the thing. I'm not going to invest that much money into somebody else's name. I don't know how long the Lord gonna have me here on this earth. So that money I'm gonna use to invest in who? Me.
Yeah.
Because here's the thing, is sometimes sidebar, I'm just gonna throw this out here real quick. Because see, sometimes people, they have, the black folks especially, they have the latest everything and pay the highest dollar for everything. But then when somebody pass away,
we taking up a GoFundMe.
You want to do a GoFundMe page?
So, yeah.
And laying this, then you're gonna end up in a plastic box with a $3,000 suit on. I'm gonna need you to get your priorities all the way together.
So yeah, I am not, again, I may have a couple of those items.
Right.
And but
that's that's what black folks do.
Yeah, I guarantee you that I didn't pay that money for them. And I guarantee you that I will take a trip over a purse any day.
Hear me? And I'll say this also. So how do you feel about the knockoffs, like the knockoff Gucci's, baby? Because when we went to Cincinnati, them black folks was out there, baby, at them tables. And I'm not a label person, but I was so tempted to get some of that stuff because it was so cheap.
I mean, here's my thing. If you gotta, first of all, I don't care. But if you gotta like be so zoned into me to look at some stitching and to look at, if my C's are going backwards or forward or whatever, you got too much time on your hand.
Right.
And you focused on the wrong thing. So if you want to wear your knockoff, then if it makes you happy, then hey, because I got a couple of those too that I will proudly, and I'm not trying to fake a front or anything. Right. Oh, I like such girl, $12.99. Go down there to Ricardo.
I had to change my view about that because initially I felt like, well, if you can't afford to buy the real thing, why you want to walk around, trying to fake it? But But I had to change my whole view about that because I'm like, well, at the end of the day, who really cares?
Yeah, I'm just not
Who
like, I'm
cares?
not that into you. I mean, really, I'm not that
Right.
into you to where I'm looking at, if you have a seal on the inside
Yeah.
and it's got a SKU number or whatever. It's like those are the contents that they belong to you,
Yeah.
and you like it, you wearing it. So,
And
I've
I,
never been that person that's into someone else and what they have on to leverage. How is it going to impact me? Because you wearing your knockoff, how is that going to impact me?
right. And I honestly can't tell the difference. I don't know the difference. I've never owned the real thing, so I have no
Yeah,
idea of what
yeah,
the difference between a real and
yeah,
a knockoff is. And
yeah.
I'll tell you something, after watching the I don't know, well, you say you don't watch TV, but after watching that Gucci story with
Mhm.
Gaga, and finding out that not a single person in the Gucci family has part in that company, that's crazy to me. Not a single person, not a single actual Gucci family member is a part of that money and that company. That is crazy. So that makes me not even really even want to.
So wait, give a little bit of the backdrop. What? I mean, what do you mean? Like they're not investors into the country?
They don't own, they don't work for. There is not a Gucci person. What happened was in the movie, thank you for Alicia for telling me to watch this movie. I finally saw it a couple of weeks ago. What happened was I think it was owned by two of the uncles, right?
Mhm.
That started the company and they passed it down to their sons, right?
Mhm.
Well, one of the sons sold his share to somebody, and then the other cousin got bought out because he was not managing the finances well, right? So he got bought out and had to sell his share to somebody else, right? It's like a mom and pop shop having to sell out to Walmart.
Wow.
So, and because it was only two of them that had those shares passed down from their dads, and then once they sold their shares, nobody else,
So no. Oh wow.
zero.
What's the
And
name
I think it's the House of Gucci, right?
of
At
the movie?
least they lost the rights to the company. So even the wife of the one that did continue on the legacy of Gucci, after they got divorced, she had him murdered and she went to jail. I'm sorry if ain't nobody watched it, but she murdered him, went to jail, but because of their prenup, she still gets paid. I think 2 million or some number $1 million every month or every year or something like that. So she getting paid, and she killed a dude. Ain't that crazy?
Okay, yeah.
So that makes me, from a fashion point of view, not even want to give Gucci none of my money, even if I could, just on
Well,
the
the
face
same thing
alone.
with Louis Vuitton. I mean, they got little kids over there, in sweatshops and everything else. When you're selling a bag for $5,000 and $6,000, and the only thing that you're doing is giving them a bowl of rice, you know.
See,
So I'm not able to support that either because, as far as humanitarian efforts, it's
now
like
what company is that?
that's Louis. I mean, they have issues too. So
Wow.
yeah.
See, I'm not a label person, so I don't be knowing. It's just if Alicia was the one that told me to go and watch, that movie. But since it's called The House of Gucci. Yeah,
Okay.
so
Yeah, I'm gonna
after
have to
watching
check
that,
it
I'm
out.
like, I really at this point don't want no
Yeah.
reports.
See, I'm fine with the house of Walmart.
I am. I love
Yeah.
Tarjay. I love Kohl's. I love thrift stores. So yeah, I'm good
I
on
mean, when I
that.
got on this thrifting kick, I was amazed at, just and you'll find people that, they may wear an outfit one time or whatever, and it's like, oh, okay, because I'm real good for going up to South Lake, up to the big thrift store over there, and finding pieces that I paid 50 cents for. So
Okay.
yeah, yeah. So yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I got stuff that I found. I've been to thrift stores, maybe, and picked up me a little blazer for $10, $5, $2, and nobody know the difference. And when I wear it, they be like, "Oh my God!"
You
Like,
put
girl,
it together.
yeah.
You put it together. I
Cause
mean,
I had a coworker, and it was so funny when I was in the office. Sometimes I would dress up, not that much, but on the days that I did feel like doing something, this lady would always come to me. She'd be like, "Where do you shop? Where did you get that?" And I was like, "Walmart." She's like, "You lying?" So to this day, the lady still think I was lying because every time she asked me, I was like Walmart, or I would say Target or something. She was like, "When you just gonna tell me the truth where you got?" I'm like, "I'm telling you the truth. I got it from Walmart." So, you
yeah,
know,
I
and
agree. I agree. I agree.
like, so somebody said people with style can shop anywhere.
That's true.
Absolutely.
That's
I
true.
can shop anywhere,
That's
and I can make anything look good.
Yeah,
And
the thing is, the when you see a vision, because we were somewhere and we had some shirts that we had to wear, and it was like this tight cotton shirt that was like hugging and everything, and I was like, I just wasn't feeling it.
mhm.
I'm like, I'll be back. Anybody got some scissors? And next thing I know, cut mine up, cut mine up, cut mine,
Right,
because
right,
like
right.
you hugging me, you're stressing my vocal cords, with this. And so I'm like, let's just cut the collar out, rip it, and let's just kind of. And I took the actual bands and hey, let's cut some around the bottom and let's just kind of throw some ties in there, cut it, and then loop it together and throw it through your belt loop, and it's gonna look like we got a bodysuit on. So
And see, that's another thing. Now, I'm not that creative. I will not. It took a whole lot for me to cut this V in my Silk Sunday, right, t-shirt, right? Because I don't like messing with like the natural order of how the clothes are, right? It like so. But I will cut a V-neck. But when I see women cut their whole neck
I'm
out
good for it.
and tie
I'm good for it.
down
Yeah,
here
yeah,
and
yeah,
tie
yeah.
it all up on the side. I'm like, who got that kind of tie?
Yeah, I'm just
I
like,
was
and it
just
takes like
throwing the
seconds.
blazer.
It's seconds. It's seconds. Let me
I'm,
just cut this up real quick.
I'm just gonna throw on the blazer. I'm not gonna do all I'm not gonna do all that. I'm not
Yeah,
doing
I'm good for probably having half of the t-shirts that I own. They are cut up and in some different form of something. It's
right.
like, cut the letter out of that. Let's keep that. Cut the letter out of that. Let's put that on the sleeve. So let's, yeah, I'm real good for cutting up stuff.
Yeah,
I got Edward Scissorhand pretty bad. So yeah.
I'm not. When we went to Cincinnati, went to the Janet concert. Shalita had her shirt all cut up. The other two girls had their shirts all cut up. I'm like, I'm not cutting nary a piece of Janet on this shirt. And I want y'all to see every face. This is a
Oh
Janet shirt.
wow.
I'm not cutting Janet up for no
Yeah.
idea. I'm not doing it. So, but while we're talking about clothes, I did have a fashion line called
I
Peculiar
like that.
Pieces, and I have I think I'm gonna do something different now, but I still have a lot of these T-shirts. This one says, "I don't choose to be single. I choose not to settle." I have this one's kind of subdued, but it's my tagline. It says, "Inspire, encourage, empower." I have another one that says, "Pursue passion and purpose." And
Mhm.
I have another one that says, "Big problems, big God." And it's got the sparkly metallic thing. So
Yeah.
I do have
So
some.
look, I need to get one of those big problems, big God, and that silver,
Okay.
because see what I see just looking at that one shirt, I see a pair of silver loafers
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
and I see a white long blazer.
I can dig it.
Yeah, and I also see some white jeans that are cuffed.
I can dig it.
So
I can
yeah,
dig it.
yeah, it's like
I like
okay.
your vision, girl. I like your vision. I'm gonna see if I got your size.
Yeah, so
Baby,
it's like
look,
yeah, we can
this
make.
this look. I have started doing this podcast thing. I have really stop making shirts at this point, and so whatever I got is what I got. I'll see
I
if I got
got
the
you.
size.
I got you. I got you.
Anybody else want a shirt? Y'all know how to get at me, okay? Y'all get at me. What time is it? 7:22. I think we're going to wrap this up. Do you have anything that you want to say? Do you want to encourage anybody out there? Oh, you know what? Tell us where you told us, do you do any online shopping?
Yeah, you look, Shein is a good thing.
Huh?
Shein
Shein?
is a good thing. Yeah.
Okay, so I just made my first purchase from Shein probably a couple of months ago. I was actually surprised at the quality of items.
I'm telling you, Shein is a good thing. I'm like, okay. Listen, I always turn around and I go to the younger kids because they're just going to be blunt and honest and tell you,
Right.
oh, don't get that from that. Oh, you're going to have the kids tell you if you want to look like you're a Wish model, and at first I was like, what? So you may order it in a size 18, but size 18 for them is like a kid's 8. And I'm like, okay, so but I always try to target the kids because they know. I mean, they got their parents' credit cards and they just all over the place with it. So when a couple of my mentees, when they were like, "Oh, Miss Thena, you need to go on Shein," and I'm like, "What is Shein?" So I started flipping, and I'm like, I didn't have any big expectations for it because of the price. It was like, that's real cute online, but they got the right lighting, they got the right, So I was like,
and they photoshopping all these models. They just transposing this blouse onto this one and this, and just changing the color. I was like,
when it came in, I was like,
okay. That's what I did.
So I turned around and I tested, first it was a shirt. Then I tested and I'm like, now the test of time is going to be a pair of pants. Okay. So, you got to kind of play around with them and know what your size is for them, unless you're going to do a lot of altering or things like that.
Right.
But I was amazingly shocked of the quality that they have and that it didn't take 8 months to get here.
Right.
So
I'm telling you, I was so super shocked. And I did because I know that over there, I know they run a little, smaller than us. So I did because I normally wear a small and I ordered a medium. So I'm glad I did. The thing was, I kept hearing the name and kept seeing it. Of course, it would pop up on my timeline on Facebook and stuff. And I had asked a couple of people, who were of, a bigger size than me. Yeah. And they were like, yeah, we shop at Shein or whatever. And then what got me, though, is that I love Viola Davis. And I saw an interview with her and she was said, yeah, my daughters were telling me that, Mama, you need to shop at Shein. And I'm like, well, if Viola Davis kids are shopping at Shein, then I can shop at Shein. So that's what made me do it, baby. I'm glad I did.
Yes. So I can do some online, Amazon, just depending on what it is. So yeah. So,
I haven't ordered clothes from Amazon, but I do order hats from Amazon.
I've gotten some clothing items from them as well. So yeah, that's my dog.
Ma'am, it's time for you to get out.
It's like, yeah. But the thing is that again, fashion can go all over the place. We already discussed, wear it with your confidence. That's the first item that you should always put on. And don't be afraid. I mean, I love mixing prints. I love it. I will throw
my favorite. It's my favorite.
I love it. It's like,
are we twins? Oh my God, are we fashion twins? Oh my God.
Like, yeah, the other day I was out. I know, right. So I'm gonna put this camouflage on with these leopard pants, with these leopard shoes. Absolutely I am. So, and when people are like, you're gonna do what? And I'm like, watch, just hold on, So I love it. I love bold colors. And look, accessorize.
Right.
Accessorize, change a button out. I'm good for taking a blazer and it's like, oh, maybe I want my look to be a little bit more sleek and maybe I don't want to wear big hoop earrings or anything like that. So, I'm going to change the colors. So yeah, let me change out the button. Let me do, something that's just going to make it me, and make that outfit fit my personality. So Yeah.
Right.
So
Oh man,
yeah,
man,
I
this
love it.
was awesome. See, I knew you was a cool chick when I came to your house and you had all that good food, right? All right. And your house was the bomb, your decorations and everything. I was like, this chick right here is pretty cool. So it was it was see, this was meant to be. Shalita told me the right person to get. This right here was a
I
match.
love it. That's my poobie.
You are the exact person that I needed for this show, and I'm so glad that she suggested you.
Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you.
Yes,
Yep.
and I can't wait to come back to your house and eat again. What happened to that
We
lady?
got to do it. You know, we said that we were going to do it, what, quarterly or monthly or whatever.
Yes,
Something happened. So,
yes.
you know what? It's starting to cool off. So I think that we should do something. Yep.
Right. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah. We'll have
I
to do
think we should
that.
do something. So I'm going to get creative and figure out what kind of meal we're going to do. And we're going to make it happen. We're going
That'll
to
be
make it
dope. That'll be dope. I'm ready. Okay, I'm gonna take us out. I want to thank everybody for joining in tonight. I'm so glad you tuned in. Please like, tag, and share. If you enjoyed any bit of this podcast, please share it. I'm trying to build my followers, y'all. I want to do this thing for as long as God will allow me to do it. I come to you to inspire, encourage, and empower everyone to live their best life. Live life better today than you did on yesterday. Amen.
happen. Amen.
Okay.
Amen. We
All
got to
right.
do this again. Next time we need to be in studio and we need to actually do some twin challenges with a plus size and
Oh, that'll be awesome. That'll be dope. Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
you know, figure out who did it, who wore it, and just let people see, you know, still
Uh,
be yourself and really bring back the look of wearing clothes is really a good thing.
everybody don't have to be naked. It's okay.
Absolutely, yeah.
It's okay to wear
It's
clothes.
okay to wear clothes. That's a shirt right there.
I'm so sick of seeing butt cheeks. I promise you.
Yeah.
These kids don't want to wear no clothes. Like, I
So
don't understand. Like, where is your mama? Where your mom at? She probably
with
wearing
the other part of the outfit on. So,
she wearing the same thing.
yeah.
Okay, yeah, we're gonna peace out. Thank you, Margot, for coming in. Thank you, Alicia, my cousin, Shamitria, Wendy Wynn. Who else came in here? Dion, thank you for tuning in. And Stephanie, thank you, my sis. Okay, all right. Love y'all. We're about to rock out. It was a great show. Peace. Bye, y'all.